Right. So it's been a couple of weeks since I installed this swivel mount for the touch screen, and yeah, I would say it's come very handy, especially when the sun hits directly on the screen. There has been many situations before where when the touch screen is fixed before we install the swivel mount, it would be in such a case that I couldn't look at the speed, especially the navigating directions. Now that we've installed this swivel mount, we can just adjust the position of the touch screen just as so in certain angles, so that we can mitigate reflection or the sunlight directly hitting the screen. Another thing that has been helpful is that previously the screen used to be fixed position. It used to be a bit higher in this position, and when that's the case, and if you have to reach something like, you know, I need to change the orientation of the map, then it would be very hard for me to reach there. And also, if I would have to navigate to the controls, it would be very hard for me to reach there. But with this one, it's been very driver friendly, I would say. Yeslac have sent us a product which is the screen rotating bracket, which means you need to do some setups on the bottom of the screen over here, which show you in a while, and you can adjust the tilt the screen left, right, up and down in both the in all the directions. Okay, let's see what's inside. There's an instruction manual, and probably is one of the most difficult installations. Very huge one, but still we'll try to get this done. We do have some bracket. Now we do have a couple of screws. What else do we have? We do have these two things. I think these are for the speaker. We do have another bracket which looks something like this. We do have some installation tools as well in this little packet, and last but not the least, we've got some more brackets. Yeah, so we need to read the instructions carefully. We got another bracket here. We need to read the instructions carefully and proceed with the installation. So the first step is tilt down the panel with a rocker, and let's do that now. So the next step is to remove this temperature sensor, this one. So next step is to remove these two screws using this wrench. It must be easy. Oh, it's tight. Yeah, but it should come. You should hear this click. I can remove this screw. Alright, I've got one screw out. Now I need to remove this one. Now you can feel that the screen is already wobbling, and once we get these two screws out, I think we should be able to get the screen off. Okay, I've got both the screws out now, and you can see the screen is already wobbling. So let's go to the next step. Okay, now I can remove the screen. Yeah, just place it safely. I think the next step is to remove this wire so that I can put this screen safely somewhere. So before I can remove this wire, I should also remove these two screws using T27. Should be easy. So yeah, just put it in here and just rotate it counterclockwise, and yeah, so that's it. And the another one, yeah, so I think they can come out now. A bit more. Once these two screws are fully unscrewed from their place, I can remove this bracket, and once I remove this bracket, I can also remove this wire. To get this thing off, I've removed this white clip. Now I can remove this. Now I can finally remove this wire. I can remove this wire, but you need to make sure that there's a clip in here on this side. Make use of this screwdriver. Once you put that clip out of its way, yeah, the wire can come out, and you can safely store the main touchscreen somewhere it's not functioning. Okay, so the next step is to install this rotating bracket. You need to put it like this from where we took out the original bracket and the touchscreen. So just push it here. Okay, now you can use the two screws provided with the package, which look something like this. They are a bit longer than the original one. So one goes here and the other one goes here. and the other one goes somewhere here. Now you can make use of this wrench to tighten this screw which we just put in here. Could take a while. Make sure to do both ways. Hasn't got enough room. You make sure you tighten them. Okay, I've tightened both the screws using the wrench, and we'll move to the next step now. Okay, the next step is you need this upper cover. The way it goes is, it can be a little bit tricky, but the way it goes is something like this. Just like this, and again like this. Yep, and it goes just like this. Okay, so once you put this cover like this, you take this little strip, plastic strip, and make sure that this opening part faces you, and there are two screw points, so just insert it somewhere like this. Yeah, somewhere like this, so that it clips in here, and this one as well, it clips, it will hold your cover. Okay, so this part was a bit tricky. Yeah, so if you find trouble getting the little plastic strip and this thing in place, you can make use of this pry tool as well. And as you can see, now we have fixed it. Obviously a little bit of chip over here, but yeah, that's okay. We can now move into the next step. Okay, and you need to make sure that this wire comes through this upper cover, the outer cover, and then it comes all the way through this lower cover. Okay, so the next step is to use the old white clip on this big wire. The wires can be plugged into the touch screen, and then this thing can also be screwed. Okay, so this lower cover, you can just put it on this edge of this touch screen, just like so, and then you can plug the wires, but make sure that you put this clip as well. Okay, now you can do like this. Yeah, and then plug this thing here, this wire, onto the touch screen, and this white plug, it goes right onto the on top of the blue plug. Just make sure that it faces the driver's not the driver side, the right side. Okay, now we have plugged the larger wire, and it's all the way there. We have also secured it with this clip, and as you can see, the screen is now fully functional, and we can move on to the next step. I will just put it on screen clean mode. Yeah, so that we can continue. Okay, so now that we put the lower cover here, we can screw using the original screw. I will make use of this T27 screw. Yeah, and I'll try to screw it, see if it works. Okay, I'm just screwing both these using the T27. It was a bit difficult at first because it was not that vertically straight. Okay, now make sure that this swivel thing is, so it was like this. Make sure it's all the way up, so that it will be easier for you to insert this inside. Make sure the wire is sitting below. Don't worry about the temperature wire for now, and then you can just insert it like this. You put it this way, have someone to hold it, or hold it with hands, and then you need to screw two screws here and here. Okay, so you can now make use of the hexagonal screws that come with the package and put it here. Make use of this little thing, and tighten it. Screw this another hexagonal screw, this one and this one as well. Now we have secured this swivel. Now we can easily left, right, up, down. Now that we have set the screen at its place, it's tight, and we can move it as well easily. Now next task is to remove these two screws from the original temperature sensor. These two small screws from here, we need to remove this this temperature sensor, and to do that we need to remove these two screws, which we'll be doing it now. To remove these two screws, you need to you can make use of this small Allen key, and just it goes something like this. Just need to press it here. It's easy, very easy to get these things out. Okay, now that we have removed this temperature sensor from the original plate, we don't need it anymore, and now the next task is to put this thing on the cover, the plate, which was provided with the package, and it goes something like this, I think, or maybe the other way around. Yeah, it goes something like this, and they have also included two screws, which we will screw it here, I think. And once we are done with screwing that thing, we can attach it to the original temperature wire, and then just clip it in. So yeah, I'll let you know once I'm done. Okay, I've screwed the temperature sensor on the new plate. Now I can plug this in here. Yeah, and once I'm done with this, I should be good to put this thing here. Should just clip in. We have finally secured the temperature sensor, so all looks good, and we have the screen here, and my final thought goes something like this. Now you can rotate it in left, right, up and down. And from a driver's perspective, yeah, obviously it's sitting a bit lower, and I hope it doesn't obstruct my driving habits while I'm driving. I might get used to it soon. Obviously the screen is sitting a little bit lower than it used to before. So yeah, thank you Yeslak for providing us with this screen rotating bracket. Obviously you might find it difficult, and there might be few things you will have to redo, as we had to redo few things. So the thing is, the swivel mount, it's not like you can do something with just your finger. You need to put some effort, and you sometimes need to be a little bit careful. Like you heard this crackling sound from the back, because yeah, so you need to be a little bit careful on that as well. And I would also recommend not adjusting the position every now and then, because maybe I think in the long term, if you keep on doing that, this might get loose, and again you need to remove all the stops from here and uninstall it, and then again screw the swivel bracket and whatnot, and again tighten them, and that could be much of hassle. So I would say just keep it at a fixed position, which is good for the driver, facing towards the driver. Don't adjust the angles every now and then. If needed, change the display to light, and yeah, that should do. So that's my verdict about this swivel mount, and yeah, so far so good. And hope you would also like to buy one. You can use the link in the description, or use our code ruby23 at www.yeslack.com to get your discount. I think currently it's at 25%. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for staying until the end of this video, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and comment as well, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.